Good morning and welcome to Coffee Chat with David and Kylie Knight.
Hey, good to see you this year. Happy New Year, everybody.
This year.
It is
It's
New
2021.
Year. I know. Thank you. We made it. We survived 2020.
Although the way 2021 started, I'm not sure.
That's true. People are going, it's, what is it now? December 38th, 39th?
Exactly.
2020. And it continues.
Oh, it is crazy. It is crazy. And Josh Kohler is with us. Good morning,
hey,
sir.
Josh.
As always, using the hashtag Hello Nights and hashtag Cup of Awesome.
Yeah, welcome back to you. Yeah, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Sorry, I realized my glasses are falling apart.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This
You don't need to see.
I don't need to see anything.
Well, I guess it's up to me to call out if I see comments pop up. Yes,
That's right.
And be like Josh and do those hashtags.
Be like Josh.
Be like Josh. Yes, today is Friday, January the 8th, 2021.
That's right. And don't forget to like and share.
Yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
exactly.
Because sharing is caring.
Exactly.
Uh,
And we have an amazing guest, so you'll want to stick around
oh, man, we do.
and hear this.
Yeah, this is
going
going
to
to
be a great day.
so good. So
We're off
good.
to a great start.
Right? I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Got our coffee, got a great guest, coffee chat.
Exactly.
Good.
Coffee chat. First coffee chat of the new year.
I know.
Hard to
Good.
believe. Hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, let's catch people up on kind of what's.
It's been 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks?
I think so.
Well, we did, it's been almost 3 weeks since we did a coffee chat.
Oh, has it?
Because
Wow.
we did the nights before Christmas.
Right.
And then we had New Year's.
Right.
And then we didn't do anything for New Year's Day.
Oh, wow. Has
so
it been that
it's
long?
been a while. It's been a while.
Has it
We've missed
really?
you all.
We've missed you so much.
Hopefully you've missed us.
But it's been a rough few weeks.
It has. Yeah, did you want to? I'll let you.
See if I can get through this without crying. I've
She's
got
gonna
my
try.
mascara on and it's not waterproof. So we'll see how this goes. So Christmas Day, we was afternoon, we're starting to cook our turkey up and start getting preparations organized when
We were
I got
watching Wonder Woman.
Right, Wonder Woman 84, which was really good, by the way. Really good. Although now it's a little different. Because we're watching all that, and I got a text from my mom, and she said, wanting to chat. I knew my dad wasn't doing well, but we got that call and saying that he had passed away, and he is now with our Heavenly Father. No more pain, which is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
but we miss him terribly, and we have his memorial service on Monday,
We do.
which I cannot attend in person, but because it's in Australia, they both live there. So David is doing the eulogy for
Mhm.
that, doing a video, and we'll be watching through Zoom, live stream, something like that
Yeah.
on Monday. So keep praying for my family and I as we get through these next few days.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a rough. It was definitely a rough end to 2020.
Yes.
But we are looking forward to the future, in 2021,
Absolutely.
and certainly we rejoice about your father being with the Lord,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And certainly being out of the pain that he was in, because
Mhm.
he was in a lot of pain and it was tough. And we've seen a lot of people online who've also mentioned some similar passings
Right.
over the new year, the end of the year, and so it's a rough time of the year, but we're gonna get through it, right?
Absolutely.
And, yeah. So, like she mentioned, I'm doing the eulogy. It's actually my first ever eulogy.
Mhm.
So I'll covet your prayers and help me get through that. And I offered to do it only because I know that her family all would love to, but none of them were sure they could make it through without just.
Yeah, Mum asked. I've got one older brother, and so it's just the two of us now. So Mum asked if we wanted my brother or I to do that, and we're both like, I don't think I could make it through. So, and David said, I can do that.
Happy to
Represent the family.
Yep.
We appreciate that.
That's my pleasure. And Zeke Griffin, yo, Happy New Year, my friend.
We got Cody and we got Zeke.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cody, thank you so much. Yeah, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So anyway, rough start, but like I said, we're looking forward to the future. We've got some big plans for 2021.
Yes.
Some things we're really excited about that we will be filling you in along as we go along. So we're excited to be back to doing some coffee chats.
Yeah.
We're
very excited.
We are excited. And so should we just jump into it? Because I think
so.
our guest is
Absolutely.
You guys are going to love this guy. He's actually a new friend for us. We met him through a mutual friend, somebody we had on back in November, I believe, Jared.
Yeah,
Jared
so this is all Jared's fault. So
This
Jared,
is all
if you're
Jared's
watching,
fault.
this is your fault. But we're so thankful to you for introducing us to today's guest.
Yep,
Kirk.
our friend and hopefully now yours, Mr. Kirk Quinlivan.
Yes, we said the name.
What's up, my friend?
Hey, you did say the name. You said it so well. That was awesome.
Thank you. It's one of my skills.
I was a freshman in college before I could spell it. So,
I know you got Q and V in there. That's some crazy stuff, man.
What it entails, what it means is that you get to be at the back of every line through elementary school, because back in the day they didn't rotate that. It was just alphabetical, right?
Yes.
Now it's inclusive, and they're like, oh well, let's put the Q's at the front. My son doesn't have to deal with that. But for me, I was back of the line all the time. You get to close the door, Kirk. That's your job. You get to close the door.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you coming on. You're a busy guy.
I'm pumped to be on.
Awesome.
It's awesome. I feel like I should call my mom and be like, I'm on a cool show, Mom. Check it out. This is awesome.
You totally should.
Hey, shout out to the mom.
That's
you
right.
can do it.
And it's early for you because, you're in Oregon, right?
Oh, yes, sir. But this is my normal jam. So, it's good stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey,
I'm thoroughly caffeinated. I'm ready. I'm ready for coffee talk.
There you go.
I love that. Now, are you getting coffee from Jared? Are you having him ship it out, or are you getting some good Oregon coffee?
Listen, I want to throw some shade right now.
Uh-oh.
Jared and I have been tight for years. One of my best friends. We don't get to connect a ton because we're both crazy busy in ministry, but really tight. And my man has not sent me any coffee. Not a sample, not nothing. But we have a mutual friend that went to school with Jared and my wife Amy, and I refer to her as the pretty blonde lady. But anyway, my friend Mark, he has a coffee roasting company. It's amazing, called Intent Roasting. So I get my coffee from Mark. But I'd sure love to taste some Texas coffee, though.
I tell you what,
it's really good.
Yeah,
this is the Rwandan beans.
Oh, yeah.
So
he does such a good job roasting this up. It is so smooth. It's beautiful.
He does a good job at everything he touches. I am not surprised that he's an excellent coffee roaster, because he's an excellent everything.
He's an excellent everything.
Man, and see, that's a good friend right there. You go from throwing shade to giving compliments.
He's good at everything, Exactly.
It's the way it rolls.
I try.
That's good.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's jump right into this.
Yes, sir.
One of our favorite questions that we love to ask people
is, what is your faith story? So tell us, how did you come to know Jesus?
Oh, man, y'all. Okay, so first of all, my story is nuts, and I always like to tell people that there are column A and column B Christians, right? So column A Christians are like the pretty blonde lady. She's loved Jesus since the doctor slapped her on the hiney, right? She gets to say, look what God protected me from. Then you got column B Christians like me, and I have to say, look what God rescued me from, right? So inside of that, I was a mess, y'all. It was bad, and so I was a disaster of a kid. I didn't go to jail just because I didn't get caught. That's how it was. I beat people up for fun and profit. That's how it went down. And then a guy in my high school, a couple of years younger than me, felt like he heard God speak to him and say, bring me the biggest, meanest kid in your school. And I guess that was me. So he started inviting me to his Bible study, and I started beating him up every time he invited me to this Bible study. And then finally I said, I'm going to come to your bleepity bleep Bible study, and I'm going to make sure you never invite me again. And had there been any adult leaders at this Bible study, I'd have been tossed and never invited back. But this was all just student led. And so they took it, they let me just Yeah, I'm not allowed. Listen. I use curse. My congregation takes bets at the parking lot whether I'm going to use the cursey from the pulpit. I'm not going to use any cursies for y'all this morning because we don't have that level of friendship yet. Okay,
Right.
but I mean, I made a
Round
stink
two.
of myself. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then it was so crazy because like Saturday night after Saturday night after Saturday night, I just found myself going back there because I was convinced after the first they'd never invite me back. And then and then the next Friday he was there going, "Hey man, we really appreciated some of your questions are really important and actually we want to do a better job of answering them. So why don't you come back again?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever, you know." And so I mean, it was awful. And so but yeah, and it was I just slowly I wouldn't admit it to anybody. And that they were answering my questions and kind of checking my boxes. And then I'm just going to be raw with you. Okay. I was chasing after a young lady. Can't imagine why her parents wouldn't let me date her, you know, all black, hair down the middle of my back, cussed like a sailor. Right. You know, I mean, can't imagine why they wouldn't let me take her out. And then she invited me to a concert, didn't tell me it was at a church. I was so upset. And I got to the parking lot and that darkness that scratches in the back of your brain, like that showed up for me. And I was like, well, maybe I got a shot, you know, if I go into this church and hang out with her, you know. And I went in, y'all, and it was everything that God needed in that night. This band rolls out, dude bigger than me, had battled with everything that I'd ever battled with, eating disorder, drugs, the whole 9 yards. He talked about how God had healed him from it, and he was there to heal people tonight. And y'all, this girl had saved me on a seat on the front row, so I took 2 steps forward and fell on my head. And about 6 months later, I was in full-time ministry and have been for pushing 24 years now.
Dang.
There it is, man. So listen. I want to say that if you're a column A Christian, I want you to understand, like, don't be discouraged sharing your testimony just because it doesn't sound like mine. I heard a pastor say one time that people think that their testimony has to sound like, you know, I stole cars and I dealt drugs till the good Lord saved me at the age of 7, right? You know, and you can't listen. The testimony that sounds like, look what God protected me from, is incredibly valuable to people like me because it gives me hope for my son. So anyway, I tried to condense that as best I could. I know that's kind of a long story.
Dude.
Incredible story. So the moral of this story is invite.
Invite. You don't know
Personal.
what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Oh my
You
goodness.
could have a future
He'd
pastor
never
that-
come to church. He'd never come to know Jesus.
Right.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Well,
He's gonna beat me up if I invite him. It's okay.
and
What is Jared throwing at me? Am I drinking black coffee? What is he?
No, he's asking Kylie if she was drinking her coffee black.
Because he actually, I've been known, I don't drink black coffee. I tried it, I didn't like it, but we went over to his house to sample these coffees. He made a black coffee with this Rwandan bean, and I drank it black.
So is it black today then? No, we got to answer Jared's question.
It is not.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's a latte
Jared,
today.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. I allowed myself the one latte that I get a week today. So normally I drink black coffee, but I was excited to hang out with y'all. So I got my one latte today.
Nice.
Well, see, now we're latte buddies.
Latte buddy.
Yeah.
Well, and Jared's going a little crazy. I want to come back to what you were saying in just a moment here, but let me get through Jared's. Little known fact: Kurt also knows of martial arts, so I would never mess with him.
Well, like I said, I beat people up for fun and profit. That was part of that's part of what I did when I was a pagan.
And to continue that now, it says now instead of beating people up, Kurt patches them up.
Nice.
That's true. I have served as an EMT off and on for the last 10 years. That's true.
Oh,
Oh, wow. You really do patch them up.
Man.
Well, most of the time we live in towns that are so small that our ambulance crews are volunteer, and so when we're pastoring in a town like that, then generally I will volunteer for the ambulance crew.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Wow.
Well, and the other thing I wanted to bring back to on your story, because I think it's important. Obviously, inviting, we as Christians need to be inviting people.
Yes.
But I think that churches need to have varying offerings for people. Like, not every person's going to come and relate to a revival. Not every person's going to come and relate to a concert. Not every person's going to relate to a sports thing. But if you have all these different elements, you can reach so many people. But you just have to be open to having those different outlets.
Did you hear that it was student-led Bible study as well?
Yeah.
So raising those students up so that they can reach, again, different people.
Yep.
Without the adult there going, that language is not acceptable, you leave right now, or whatever.
Right.
And it got them saying, may not know the answer. Please come back and ask more questions, which may not have happened if the adult was there as well. I don't know. But I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
So what a lot of people forget is that we didn't join a safe faith, right? We didn't join a safe kingdom. We joined when we said yes to Jesus, we actually stepped into a battle. And so sometimes we get a little distracted at like creating safety for people, because I'll just be real, student-led Bible study is not safe.
Right.
I mean, it's dangerous. I mean, it can mess with some people, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good that can be done. And I'll tell you, I think out of the kids that went to that Bible study, I think 3 of us are in full-time ministry. One of which is in foreign missions over in country I'm not allowed to say on the internet, and I mean, those kinds of things, or she might be back now, but anyway, but no, so yeah, I mean, it's just some wonderful stuff. I mean, it comes out of those things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, and it goes back to what when we were talking to Tim Ramsey last month, and he has a book called Give Them the Keys, and that's the idea. You gotta give people the ownership over those things.
Teenagers can do it. They're more than capable.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Side note for Jared, one of the reasons I think that it's not black is because we do not have a wonderful Berkey water filter fancy thing that you have, or the fancy pour over, and I think that adds that extra
smoothness.
Yes,
it really brings out the flavor. I am also a coffee snob, so Jared and I are kindred spirits inside of that, even though he doesn't send me any coffee. Poke. But anyway, yeah, exactly. So, but no, you're absolutely right. Water is critical. What kind of water and whether it's filtered or not, and then the method is a big deal. Jared actually got me started years ago using an AeroPress, which I love. But one day when I have enough counter space, I'm definitely going to get a nice pour over setup.
Yeah,
we've been looking at those Berkey filters too.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
we
keep going back to coffee. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Coffee chat.
It's coffee talk. We're talking about coffee.
Right. Good thing.
All right. So, you've been in ministry for, you said, 23, 24 years. And in 2017, you restarted the Bridge Church with the slogan, "What if the idea of church was completely upside down?" Now, this was pre-pandemic when churches were, all turned upside down.
That's true.
So, how does the Bridge Church live out its motto?
Oh, that's an awesome question. And y'all are doing some deep diving into my my socials. So thank you for that. So yeah, I've often been kind of the really weird pastor. I was the weird youth pastor. I'm the weird senior pastor. I'm like, what if we just do it completely differently than everybody else? Not that the way everybody else is doing it is wrong or bad, but they're serving a certain, group of people. What if we just completely turn it upside down and serve a different group of people? What if we left the building? What if we closed the building on a regular basis and just went out and helped people on Sunday? What if we lived the gospel instead of just sit around and talk about the gospel? One of the things, I'll be straight up, I stole this from Bob Goff. If you don't know who Bob Goff is, get ready. You got to hang out with that dude.
Yeah.
Every book he writes is gold. But the context of we don't do Bible studies, we do Bible doings. If we're going to talk about the Bible, we have to do the Bible too. So yeah, and this pandemic, I need to toot my church's horn a little bit, because this isn't tooting my own horn. I'm not the hero of the story. The hero of the story is the body of Christ. And so So our response to the pandemic has been just one of agile flexibility. So how, when we stopped doing formal children's ministry, we tooled our children's ministry as a place that people could stay to quarantine if they needed to. We set up we put a keypad on our church's fellowship hall, opened it up to law enforcement so they didn't have to go back to the office and hang out. We call it a code 4 room or a pit stop. And actually some of that was already happening before I took this church, which made me want to take this church. But we really just pushed it. And so now they don't have to go to a convenience store because there's plenty of energy drinks and coffee and granola bars and soup or whatever they need down there. And so they come in, they write their reports, they hang out, they can have their family over, the kids can play on the playground while they have lunch together and not have to worry about a negative interaction at a restaurant or something like that. Not that you can go to restaurants in Oregon.
Restaurant? What's a restaurant?
What's a restaurant? I want to go to Texas. I mean, my buddy's a personal trainer down there.
Yeah.
He's the gym is open. I mean, I'm like, man, I want to go visit Texas. But no, it's been wonderful, and it was because we laid some of that DNA groundwork before this, and I also followed a really great pastor named Matt Rotter, and he had already kind of put like a servant's heart in this church,
Nice.
and so I was able to just kind of light the fuse and roll, and it was really, really cool. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Woo! Hear that applause?
oh
Crowd
man,
goes wild for that.
that was kind. That was kind, y'all.
That was beautiful stuff. I love that. And I love the idea of opening the church up, for non-church things, right? It's
Yeah.
I mean, the church is meant to be serving, and
It is.
that was one of our favorite things with the church that we used to or that we're still a part of, but that we used to have a space. We would open it up for various things, and
Yeah, we had a theater. We had it set as a theater. We called it Theater 166 because there are 168 hours in a week. The church only used it for about 2 hours on a Sunday morning, so we opened it up for the other 166 hours.
Oh, I love it.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
I always say 6/7. Like what are we doing with the rest of the other 6/7 of the week? And owning a building that's closed 6/7 of the week is offensive to me.
yes,
And so I love that. That's wonderful stuff. We are clearly meant to be friends. You guys. Like,
I think so.
this is great.
So I guess so. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah, Jared,
Yeah.
out of the park, buddy.
Right? This is good. All right. Another question we had for you. We've been following you a little bit, and we've noticed that you've been on a very public weight loss journey. So why did you decide to be so open about it, and what has been the result of that honesty?
Well, y'all, I've been very publicly fat for a long time. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen me, but yeah. So, no. Here's the thing. So this has been a big deal. Most of my life, I've been the big kid in school since like the first grade. I had my tonsils and adenoids taken out, and all of a sudden, I went from being the smallest kid to the biggest kid, and
Oh, wow.
and yeah, it was wild. It was really, really wild, and nobody could ever really explain it to us, and so anyway, and what it means to grow up the fat kid and kind of be that in school, and it's very, very tough. And so I developed some really unhealthy eating stuff in high school, and kind of forced weight loss on myself very unhealthily. And that's actually something that Jesus healed that night that I fell on my face, and so most of my life, God has just brought me to a place where I'm just really comfortable in my own skin. But like when you hit 450, y'all, when you hit 450,
Wow.
like it's time to do something else. And so I just really prayerfully began just chatting with some mentors and just began talking about this. And so I wanted to motivate people. I really, really wanted to. I'm not I post this daily, kind of like sometimes it's funny. Yesterday it was really serious, and those kinds of things. Most of the time there's like dead hamsters in my armpits, and my arms are made of poop jelly. Things like that. But I wanted it to be public because I wanted people to be like, well, if he can get up and move, so can I.
Mm.
And if he can do something different, so can I. And so I chose a profession, or I guess I got called into a profession really, that puts my life under a microscope, and it puts my life. I had a mentor years ago, and this might not be a Southern. I might not be able to say this to Texans, but they just said, if you're going to be a pastor, just understand that everybody is going to know what shape and color your poo is. So just know. So they're going to be all in your business all the time, and you got to be ready for that. And your wife's got to be ready for that. And you got to have all the, and it's going to be tough. So I just decided, you know what? I'm going to bring as many people along as I can. I'm going to try to inspire people along the way. And so I'm actually working toward weight loss surgery right now. And so because some folks need to lose 50 pounds, I need to lose 250 pounds. And so, it's going to be a really, really hard road. And I know that I've got a plateau coming that's going to be really hard, because I always have. And so I want surgery to kind of help push me over that. And my doctors have been pushing me toward this for a decade. But here's the news that I did not reveal 2 days ago, or did not reveal yesterday, because I wanted to save it and drop it here. I am currently 25.5 pounds down. And that puts me 2.5 pounds past the halfway point to my goal. And I'm so excited because I lost weight through the holidays. Through the holidays.
What?
Oh, yeah, man. So it wasn't. Hey, we're clapping. But
You're getting everything.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those things. And I started the journey in October. I changed my eating in October, and then 3 weeks later, in November, I added working out. And of course, all the gyms are closed in Oregon. You can't go inside of any gyms or anything like that. So I would never go to a gym. I would never do that, and break like any laws. I would never be secretly ushered into a gym because someone in my church feels pity on me and wants to help. And I would never do that. That would not be good. But no, I have a really wonderful friend with an undisclosed location that I'm allowed, and he hurts me every day. In fact, I was supposed to go earlier this morning, but we're actually going to go this afternoon. He didn't want our time to get cut today. So,
gotcha.
So yeah, public weight loss. It's weird. It's weird. People like inputting in, and you're just like, oh, this is nuts. And listen, all the people try to sell me product right now. It's like, oh, we got these supplements that'll help you out. And I'm like, I know you love me, and I know you're trying to help, and I'm a preacher, so I'm poor. Stop selling me stuff,
No, but if you get in the program, you can make so much money. Sorry.
Oh, I know it. If you just use your pulpit to sell things, I'm like,
wait,
no.
There's more.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Well, hey, your weight loss journey is being inspiring. In fact, Jared says your workout updates inspire me to be more active too, and I'm the token skinny dude. So
He is a token skinny dude, but he keeps breaking himself every time he works out. He's always breaking an ankle or doing something. So it's like I kind of want him to be a little more sedentary, because every time he's playing, he's done missions trips to my church, because normally we were really, really rural for a long time. And he's done service trips, and he broke his leg playing soccer with the kids in my town. And, and he's always falling off of something. Anyway, yeah.
That's funny. Tanya actually also says, you are an inspiration. I have a disease called Dystonia, and the motivation to get up and move is minimal, but your public story has personally helped motivate me. Come on,
Tanya
that's
is
awesome.
She's so wonderful.
That is
her husband may or may not have something to do with what's up, but anyway.
That's all right. Well, and that's the thing though, right? Like if you can make that one move, like we've done all kinds of workouts and things like that, and talk to trainers, and sometimes it's just can you just make the decision to wake up at 5:00, right? And even if you don't actually get up and go work out, you've made the decision to
I've been
wake
awake for a long time by 5:00
in the morning. There's a 5:00 a.m. I know you didn't know that.
That's not.
Kylie doesn't know that.
It comes once a day. It's a PM.
Kylie, you can sleep in on both sides of the clock. Did you know that? You can sleep in on both sides of the clock. Yeah.
She knows that.
No. That's crazy.
But so that idea of motivating, finding whatever it is that's gonna motivate you, I think is so important. We've been, we're big Apple people, and so our Apple Watches, man, watching those rings, and now they've got the Apple Fitness Plus, and we're like, so for us this year, it's been.
And there's a little competition. Not gonna lie, between
there's a little competition.
Oh.
with closing those rings.
That's true.
But that's a healthy.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's a healthy thing where we get each other going like,
it.
where are you at?
Exactly.
Go.
All right, so I got a question. For y'all. Let's flip around. So I have an Apple Watch on the way. I'm very excited.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Tell me the number one way that helps with y'all's fitness stuff.
Well, we have it set. I mean, there's different screens you can get with the watch. You can get to choose. Mm-hmm. But I find if I keep the rings there all the time, so every time I'm looking at the time, I'm looking at those rings. I'm like, I need to close that ring. And there's, the move ring, there's the fitness ring, and there's a standing ring. So I'm at least like, I've got to stand and move a little bit every hour instead of just sitting on the couch or sitting at the computer, especially this past year.
Right.
It's like, oh, fine, I'll get up and move.
Oh, man.
So that's been really motivating.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think just you get that notification, and sometimes it's too late in the day. Like that's the only thing.
And then you get awards.
Oh, you do get awards, yeah. And so we're building up like all of our achievements, and
for
so you even get that little endorphin spike because somebody said you were a good kid. Like I got it.
And then we send because we're connected, and it tells me how David's doing. So if he gets an award, I get an alert about it. So then I can reply. I can reply and go, "Well done," or send some kind of congratulations, and then I'm like, "I need that award. I want that." So I work even harder. It's good. It's very healthy for us, and we find.
Okay.
And now we're doing the Apple Fitness Plus, so we're able to work out in our apartment instead of going to a gym or outside when it's 33 degrees or whatever.
33 degrees.
Yeah.
You poor Texans. So don't ask me to feel sorry for your 33 degrees.
We don't go out in that.
No pity.
No.
Zero
we have
pity.
gone out on that. We have gone out on that.
Very rarely.
Yeah. We used to do an outdoor boot camp thing. Anyway, we were getting way off topic.
Anyway.
Cool. I'm having a blast though.
Well,
that's good.
That's
good.
That's the number one thing. Okay, so is this mine or yours? This is yours. No, it's mine. Sorry. Speaking of outdoors,
yes.
You love to be outdoors.
Yeah. So brutal, David. Yeah, I do.
See, I'm feeling closer to
you.
Feeling closer to you.
We're getting there already.
Yesterday, when it was 30 degrees outside, I was on the Columbia River trying to chase a dinosaur. So it was one of those things. So we have these. We have white sturgeon.
Okay.
This was yesterday. So we have these white sturgeon, which are these amazing fish. And I'm not one of those weird catch and release people, unless I have to be, unless the law dictates that I have to. I'm a catch and eat person. And so. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, why torture the fish for fun? Like, why stick him in the face, like rip him out of the water and shake him around in the air just to put him back again? Like, that just seems cruel. I'm gonna kill him and eat him, and make it as quick and painless as I possibly can.
Alrighty.
So yeah, we're outdoors a lot. So there's a lot of mornings when it's 15, 20 degrees. We're sitting in the goose blind. There's a lot of, and it's a great opportunity for me to hang out with dudes in my church. Like I have the best job. I have one of the best jobs in the whole world. I have one of the worst jobs in the whole world too, but one of the best jobs in the whole world, because it's, I get paid to spend time with people. I get paid to help people. And so one of those ways is, hey, let's get you out. Let's get you hunting. Let's get you going. Let's go walk the ditches of a wheat field, see if we can get a pheasant or something like that. And it's really awesome. So yeah, I'm outside a lot. I mean, like, honestly, guys, this is fun. I'm the healthiest fat guy, I promise I am. And so, it's not because I just sit around, half naked eating Cheetos. I'm really, I am a pretty active dude.
I appreciate you putting that visual into my head.
Yeah.
You're welcome. God bless you. Be warm and well fed.
Yeah,
be warm and well fed. There you go.
We are in Texas.
Yeah, man.
normally at this point in the show, it's been some really serious, hard-hitting questions and answers, and we've had
There's been
some
a
of
little
that.
bit of that.
But there's been so much laughter so
Yes.
far, which I love.
We need more of that.
We need more of that. But we're going to move into something that's a little more lighthearted.
Yes.
And one of our favorite sections, it's a lightning round that we call 5 Questions.
5 questions.
All right, Kirk.
Okay.
First question. What are you binge watching right now?
Oh, this is so mildly embarrassing. Okay, so my wife just loves British shows and loves those kinds of things, and more often than not, I'm like, oh, it's dumb until I get completely sucked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been watching Edwardian Farm on Amazon. on Amazon, these people choose to live like they're in the Edwardian era of Britain and they're farming. And so that's hysterical. And then it's so boring. It's so boring, but it's so wonderful at the same time. It is the picture of relaxation. And my kid is into it. He's like, I want to watch this guy plow a field with a horse, and anyway, it's absolutely spectacular. The other thing is I'm a gigantic YouTube guy. I aspire to be a YouTuber, one of these days. But Justin Rhodes, we do a lot of like homestead stuff, watching the farming thing, and we love animals, and one day hope to have a place where we can do that. So yeah, that kind of stuff. As far as shows go, I think I'm on the 3rd round of Ted Lasso. I don't know if you guys have seen Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Ted Lasso is the jam. It's
We're
the
big
jam.
fans of Ted Lasso.
Are ghosts real? I don't know, but I know they need to believe in themselves. I don't know if I believe in them, but they need to believe in themselves.
That's right.
He's great.
Oh, we need season 2 in the worst way.
Me too. I'm ready for it.
I love that. Okay, so you have the best job and the worst job, but if you could have any other job than the one you have right now, what would it be?
Probably video producer. I really love doing video and videography, and I'm an amateur drone guy, so I get drone footage and things like that. And so it's one of those things that I absolutely love. So kind of in that YouTuber vein, I'd maybe switch to like a daily vlog or something like that, and try to build something there. But yeah, something video probably. That's my jam.
I like it.
All right. Next question. What is your favorite to-go order?
Ooh, I have a new favorite to-go order.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna say the name of the restaurant wrong because it's new to my town. It's called
Quinlivan. The last name is Quinlivan.
Nice, thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's Momiji, I think Momiji, and it's like this Japanese Chinese fusion place, and they've got this stir fry because I'm trying to not do the carb thing, right? Like I'm not keto by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm really low carb, and they have this thing called the Happy Family. I'm pretty sure that more than one person is supposed to eat it, but like so there's like shrimp and scallops and like super thin sliced beef. And all this stuff, and it's a little bit spicy, and I just have to just pour the rice in the street before it gets to my house. Just dump it out,
Right.
So that I don't try to eat that. So good, so good.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yum.
It's making me hungry for some Asian food
Some
today.
Yes.
Asian food today.
All right. What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? What am I not reading right now? Let's see here. I'll open up the app right now. Let's see. So fun wise, I'm reading reading the Reaper series by Nicholas Irving, which is kind of a special forces wounded veteran kind of thing, and then the next one up on the serious list is In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day.
Mark Madison.
Yeah, so I'm
So
pumped about that.
good.
That's the next one coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So yeah.
Ah.
So are you like a Kindle guy? Is that what you're reading on? Or
No, I'm an Audible guy because I have severe ADHD, ADD. Bro. And so I love to be doing stuff and inputting information at the same time.
I
Got
love
it.
And I think that's actually the best way to do Mark's stuff. I mean, just hearing him speak, and I love.
So good.
I get really excited when authors read their own books because you get their
Yes.
inflection, you get their heart, like all that stuff. So
Yeah, Mark
pumped
does that
pumped
really
about
well.
that. And I've never read anything from Mark. I've never even heard of Mark. And until a friend was like, "You got to jump into this book right here."
Oh yeah, it's so good.
We had lunch with Mark Patterson up in DC, actually.
We did. We'll have to fill you in on that story.
There's a
That
whole
was-
story behind that.
There's a
but-
story. We'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, last one.
Yes, so final question. They decide to make a movie of your life. So who plays you?
Well, Ralphie May passed away a few years ago. I'd say, so I study comedians. Even the ones that the church says, "Oh, don't watch that comedian because he says naughty words," right? I study comedians because I love the way they communicate. And I love their timbre. So when I say things like Ralphie May, I'm not saying go spend time with him on YouTube because he's pretty rotten. But he'd fit the part pretty well. I don't know. Can I throw an oddball? Can I like Samuel L. Jackson? Can I have him play me? Like that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
He can pull you off.
You're gonna need to put some weight on though. You're gonna need to put some weight on, or they're gonna have to get that brother's suit. Like that's how just sticking him up a skosh. But yeah.
All right.
I love it.
Here we
Awesome.
go.
Well, Kirk, man, this was such a blast. Thank you so
good.
much for hanging out with us today.
I'm so glad we
thanks
have
for
a
having
friend.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If people want to get in touch with you, how do you like them to reach out to you? What's a good way to find out more about you?
Kirk Quinlivan on Facebook. I primarily do most of my live stream stuff through Facebook, and we broadcast church every week through my Facebook feed and through the church's Facebook feed. And just so you all know that you when you're looking for it, it's the Dalles, not the Dallas, because I know y'all are gonna try to say it the Dallas. We say it different in the Northwest. And I'm from the South. I'm a transplant guy, so I'm from Florida and Southern Missouri.
Really?
So that's where all my y'alls and my accent comes
I was
from.
gonna say I keep hearing that.
But I'm a transplant guy. But yeah, so Facebook's probably primary.
Yeah.
And then I have a YouTube channel called Kirk Yourself. I know that sounds naughty, but Kirk means church, right? So so Kirk Yourself, I do some tactical pastor stuff. So a little personal defense, little church security stuff. Season 2 of Tactical Pastor is getting ready to drop, starting in 2 weeks, I think. And then we also broadcast all my sermons on the Kirk Yourself channel as well.
Rock
All
on.
right.
Very cool.
Love it.
Well, man, thank you so much, and we will need to catch up again sometime because this was a blast.
Yeah. Come on down
So
to
much
Texas.
fun. So much fun. I'm coming to Texas, y'all. I got piles of people to visit, and now you are on the list.
Yes.
Fantastic. We made the list. Woohoo!
Yes. All right, man. Peace out. We'll talk
All
to you
right,
soon.
see ya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, I knew that he was going to be a blast.
Isn't that great?
He was so much
So
fun.
fun. What
Oh
a
my
story.
goodness. Jared, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Next week we are back with John and Teresa Harper.
Yes.
John is the CEO and lead speaker at The Word Ministries, and his lovely bride, Teresa.
I've known them for many years, so it would be great to have them join us for coffee chat.
Exactly, and a duo. Duo's always fun.
Exactly.
Jared says barbecue at our place.
I
like
love
the
that.
sound of that.
Yep.
All right, very cool. Well, any other thoughts?
That's all I got right now. We're
Okay.
into the new year, and let's keep going.
Yeah, make this an awesome year. I'm not gonna say make it your year because we always said that last year.
Yeah, it didn't work out so
Terrible.
good. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But hey,
But yeah, here we are, and let's keep going. That's about it, right?
I love it. Yep. All right, guys. We will see you next week, same time, same bat channel.
Sounds great.
Bye.
Bye.